Alright, we're getting this prowler back together. Now I've got to deal with these straps. Got some new hood latch straps, and these are a pain to get in to these holes. I struggled for so long trying to get them in. Tried pinching them, tried yanking them in, pulling them in, pressing them in. Like, do you guys have a better solution for this? Maybe I should like get some oil on it or something so it'll slide through. Anyway, I gave up on trying to get it in that way and flipped it around, and actually was able to work it in from the back. So actually putting these in backwards might be the way. Anyways, they look better. Latch the hood down, they work real good. The only problem is now I have to pull them back out. What's up guys, in this video we're going to be testing electrical components because when I turn the key on, I'm just getting this really annoying clicking. Well, right now I'm not getting anything. Probably killed the battery. So anyway, we're testing electrical components. One of the things you're going to need is a multimeter, and we're just going to be checking stuff over. Yeah, right. This battery has dropped to 6 volts. I checked it earlier and it was at 14.3. So kind of wondering if the battery was going bad. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the battery out. We'll swap that out. I also disconnected the light bar, so that won't run off of just the battery power like this, but we'll have to switch it over. So we use the accessory plugs from the ATV that are already wired into the wiring harness, because that will turn off the light bar power with the key switch. So if the key is off, the light bar is off. So if you just wire accessories directly up to your battery, then they'll be able to switch on when your key is off. And you may forget that your heated grips were left on, your light bar might get bumped on, and it will drain your battery. So the best thing to do is to wire them into the accessory plugs that are already on the wiring harness. You'll have an accessory plug up in the front, you have one here in the middle, and on the ATVs there's one in the back. So we've got our light bar disconnected. Just gonna go ahead and pull out our battery, put a good one in. These are all just spacers to keep that battery from bouncing around in here. I'll throw a good battery in here so I can test it, but for now we're just going to pull it out. We're going to rewire the light bar to the accessory plug, and I believe this battery is dead. I'm going to go ahead and pull these wires back and run them over to... I'm going to have to grab my battery out of my ATV. Alright, so I'm gonna just charge this battery up. I think what happened was the light bar on the prowler got left on right here. So easy to bump that switch, which is why I grabbed a 2-pin adapter to be able to plug it in. But we'll get this battery charged up, see if it'll come back to us. Because I checked it earlier, it said 14 volts. And right now it's only showing 8. Alright, the next thing to do is to swap these ends over to be able to plug into an accessory plug instead of having them just go straight to the battery, so I'm draining the battery. So I'm going to cut these ends off and solder on my 2-pin plug, and then I'll just be able to hook this up directly. I also checked the codes again, but I don't have any codes showing back up. If you missed a video on how to check the codes, be sure to check that one out up here. I also tried the old battery in my ATV after charging it, and it's no good, so I'll have to pick up another one and get that put into the prowler. Alright, new battery's in. Got our 2-pin connector. Gonna go ahead and plug that in. We should be good to go with that. Alright guys, you can see paint on this is looking pretty bad. Power washed it off the other day. I tried to get a lot of this off, but some of it stuck pretty good. But I'm going to try to get this paint. We'll get a different color on here. So I'm going to pull all these fender pieces off, all this plastics, all the colored ones. And we're going to repaint those, get them looking all good, one color, instead of this trashy looking job. So we'll go ahead and pull those off. Let's get to it. A lot of these screws on here are the small Torx bits. Start pulling them off. We got these brackets holding on the side pieces, and then the front hood, we'll just disconnect the headlights out of there, and it's got some mounting point up under the front where it rotates. Pull this part out here, snap this black piece off. Simply pull off the headlights with 2 bolts there, one on the bottom. One of the cool things with these Milwaukee tools is I just picked up this bit kit, the Impact Duty. So you've got assortment of all sorts of things: Phillips, square drive, straight blade, Torx of all different sizes. And the most common on the Arctic Cat's going to be that T30s, so we've got those in here, and then you've got some sockets in here, and the 1/4-inch drive for any other sockets you want to put on to be able to maintenance your ATV. Using this is a lot faster than grabbing a wrench, so I'm going to use it. I've switched to just using drills mainly until I need to torque stuff down. That's the piece with the handle on it for the dump bed, and that little plastic piece will just unsnap from there. Sometimes these brackets get bent up, so you can pull them off, put them in a vise, or hammer them flat again before you need to replace them. If they get broken or ripped or something, you'll have to replace them, but for now we can just straighten this out. I'm going to go ahead and unplug the headlights, pull those off. And that's your headlight assembly. And I'm going to pop this spring out here on the bottom. While you're up here, you can check your coolant level. Looking good. This is the one the coolant got into the cylinder, cracked cylinder. Alright, there we go, pulled it off. Put all these plastic pieces together, get them prepped for paint. Alright, now I'm back to the dreaded part of pulling these hood latches back out. I was able to actually work this one out of here. They come out easier than they go in. I might have to just try lubricating it or something. Anyway, we got everything hung up, ready to paint. All right, we're gonna go ahead. It's looking pretty good in the paint color, so I'm gonna put these headlights back in and we're gonna start putting this all back together. See how it looks, the new color. I'll have to readjust the headlights. I touched up the sides a little bit. They were looking a little bad. Got some overspray from the previous owner, messing around with the spray can. Our fenders are looking good. Got a couple coats on them. Nice black on that. It's all coming together. Get this thing all back together and see how it looks once it's got all its plastics back on. All right, the brackets that hold the fenders on are supposed to be nice and straight and everything, but they'll often get bent up. So I just spent a little time here on the vise and worked them back to their original shape. Just put them in there, press them in, kind of bend that back to what they're supposed to be. You're supposed to hold your fenders out so you get a little more rigidity on your fenders and you don't just have that plastic flopping around. The little brackets kind of help with that. Little work here on the vise and it looks pretty good. So also the little brackets on the back, which been way too easy, just went ahead and straightened those out too. So we're ready to install all our plastics back on. All right, we're gonna start getting this thing back together. I still have this little piece in here I need to get painted. It should just slip back together. 3 screws underneath. Bracket will go in the fender here, right up here. That bracket's just gonna hold this front part. And then our bracket right up here. This one also has a bracket. I believe it's up here on the top. The brackets will go up at the top. Unless you're missing screws, you should have 3 per side. Bracket for this side as well. And that's gonna hold your fender. Alright, got all blacked out fenders on there. Let's get the front on. Front piece to stick in here. Alright, for the hood, there are 2 brackets that you'll slip into the hood plastic. Then you have that rod to stick in, which will be your pivot point. Those slip onto the hood and then we can get that installed. Alright, everything came together real good. It looked like the color is really nice on here. Nice black with the gray seats. All I have to do is just get these hood latches back in, which is kind of a headache. But hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe and I'll see you guys in the next one.